What's going on, guys? It is Gray, aka the Kagre. And this is attempt number 2 because my mic was muted the first time. Let's go. Either way, let's just get into it because frankly, I didn't talk about last week because the week before because there was a skip. Let's just say I didn't talk about last chapter. I want to briefly get into what happened there. Mainly the big thing was Deku and Bakugo apologizing to Deku in front of all of his classmates. And it was done pretty well. It wasn't like too ham-fisted or anything. It felt pretty realistic and natural. Bakugo was like, hey, whatever. I'm just like, this is why, and like, sorry. And we got some OCHACO in the back, and this week we get a little bit more OCHACO on the front, which is sweet. I do hope that we get an opportunity after this, and I'm sure we will. I'd really disappointed if we don't, to have all the students and even some of his friends really closely talk to him also, because I really don't want that to be the end of Ida, like talking to Deku. I feel like that would be a real shame and kind of a waste. But either way, here's, what are we going to do? This chapter's like pretty, not like, nothing crazy really happens in it, just kind of a continuation off of last time. We see some characters we haven't seen for a while, at least like make a little cameos. We have a new traitor theory again. Woo, I love talking. I'm almost so tired of talking about traitor theories, man, because like it's never, whatever. We'll get there. Actually, we'll get there next. Because the chapter does start off back in time when they were talking about the new security at the school and how it's like rivals Tartarus. And basically what it is it's based on a system of rails where it can basically, sections of the school can leave and go somewhere else. So they're not defending. If Shigaraki attacks, they're just like, hey, we have like a ton of steel plates in front of everything. And that's just to buy time because eventually we get through it, but we're going to leave. Like, that's just what would happen. They have time to evacuate students and family. And, if they can fight Shigaraki and probably lose. So, what are you going to do? And we have a cute commentary where it's like, it's just like a mecha anime. And I'm like, it kind of is, to be honest. And then we get the newest traitor theory. Again, it's Nezu. Again, people are like, oh, this is kind of sus. He just had intuition on Shigaraki's quirk evolving and blah, blah, blah. And he's really pushing for Deku to come back into the school, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I just don't. Like, he's been uncharacteristic of him. We don't know a lot about him. We know that he's been like, it was something to do with humans, and maybe that could be cool. But, we don't have any hints towards it at all, in my opinion, except for this. And that would be kind of lame if they just dropped a random, like, it was me the whole time. I'm a rat, a literal rat. I was never a mouse. Like that would, whatever. Either way. So I just figured I'd talk about that and weigh in on it because that's been a light thing floating around. Nothing crazy, obviously. Cut back to the present. It's the crowd screaming about how they don't want Deku in UA. To be fair, I kind of see where they're coming from on this one. He's what they want. And since all of Japan knows this, and my earbuds keep falling out. Goodness gracious. I gotta shove those puppies deeper. They know that these what all for one? Yeah, all for one wants. So obviously they're like, no, get him out of here. Like, stop. And people are like, they see some people, we see his mom, which is a bummer, by the way, because his mom is just watching this freaking crowd slam on her kid who looks like he hasn't slept in days. Probably pretty rough to watch. We see Big Brother Monomoa, which is pretty cool, actually. And, we even see, I think it's cameo, Tetsu and Mushroom Girl. I don't remember her name. So that's kind of nice that cool that Aries chilling with 1B. We even see Ragdoll, I believe this one is, with Koda. They're like, there's my hero. See a little bit of, did I talk about 13? 13 might have been in the chapter that I didn't get the chance to talk about because 13's kind of a cutie. So good on 13. They also see a funny thumbnail, like a video, like UA student, whoa, like that's making fun of YouTube thumbnails. Who would clickbait a YouTube title? Best Genius tries his best to stand up, and he's like, he's actually a good asset. And they're like, you guys failed again? Because he was like, yeah, I was working with him, and then we brought him back. And they're like, you guys suck. And he's like, and Just Genius is like, oh well. It's a pair of jeans for you, and he has some gene pun, I'm sure. We get to see like Noir Endeavor. People are slamming on this, and I think it's fine. Maybe my sense in fashion. Clearly, my sense in fashion is good, so I don't know why. I don't get it personally. I mean, I'm a fashion extraordinaire personally. So, I think Endeavor has a good fit. So there, that's the hot take of the chapter for you. Yeah, it's rough. President Mike's trying his best, and then Uravity to the rescue. Kind of, she just yoinks the mic from President Mike. Someone brought up a point that we're like, why does President Mike have to use a microphone? I'm like, he's not going to use his quirk to scream at these people. My goodness, that's like, at absolute best, I feel like he would save that for emergency scenarios. Because that is a quirk that's meant to do harm. Well, not meant, but it can do harm. So, and also, even if he could control it, work smarter, not harder. Like, if I could throw a rock really hard, or I could use a gun. That was a terrible analogy. Just freaking awful. But you get my point. We have tools, might as well use them, you know. I could walk to work, or I could drive. One of them's a lot more efficient. And then we got a speech with OCHACO. He left. Look at him like he's crusty as heck. I mean, he is, to be fair. He's like, he wants to help in any way he could. He's a hero. Then we see the big deer woman. I don't know, but whew, jeez, man, I'm down bad right now, fellas. And then we get the fun little at the end. It's like the ultimate hero rises up, one surpasses even Yagi. Yes, even All Might himself. I do not think what that's saying is OCHACO's going to be better than All Might. That's not the point. That's just not the point. We already saw this with Bakugo a little bit. I don't remember where, but it's basically that like this generation, All Might was one person. This generation is going to surpass him because they're all much working together. They're not shouldering one person as a burden. They're going to all do it, and that'll make it way better, more efficient. Which makes perfect sense, which is why it's going to be better. This generation is going to be better than All Might. And there's that. So really not like a crazy chapter, at least. I mean, it's cool for... Do I want to talk about it? Okay, so there's a lot of people that are unhappy with OCHACO's development because it feels like she has so many character traits and none of them really coincide, and this like she's kind of there as like a Deku thing. I don't feel that way at all. I feel like she definitely is her own character, and a lot of what she's doing is just easily symbolized with Deku. For example, she's like, here, who's going to help heroes when they need it? And she's looking at Deku, but she doesn't just mean Deku, she means everyone. This is a problem with society as all, and it's just all encompassed in Deku. He's the perfect visualization of her goals and ideals. Not like her, he's not what she wants to be, but she does look up to him, and I think that he encompasses a lot of the issues that she's trying to fix with either society or himself or what have you. So stuff like that. I don't quite think she's as a mess as some people seem. I feel like she has a couple haters out there. But I do I think her story could be better? Yeah, I definitely feel like Hori struggles writing some of the student female cast. The adults that she nails completely fine. It is strange, but I do think he struggles a little bit just with what to do with them, because outside of outside of Deku, and Shoto's unimportant because Endeavor and Dabi, so like he has that going on, and Bakugo is important because of his relationship with Deku, and even All Might to a lesser extent. So she's just kind of awkward because she has to fit in because she's the representation for women, and it's I'm not a woman. I don't know. I think I definitely think she's leagues ahead of some of the older shonen stuff, 100%. You compare her to love interests like Orihime or Hinata, which are both extremes on different spectrums of does nothing until the end, marries male protag, is a damsel in distress half the time, marries male protag. And at least this one they've shown some interest. If it is the endgame ship, I don't want to make a ship video, but that's a whole other bag of worms. I'm not even going to get into it. So either way, I'm excited for more OCHACO stuff. Personally, I do hope that if they are the endgame ship, at least we see a little bit of something. Just a tiny bit would be nice, especially from Deku, at least a little bit. Otherwise, good chapter, as always. Just a little tame, not super exciting, but definitely a good chapter. I think next chapter we're gonna get more of the meat. I'm hoping a little bit, especially with OCHACO. Maybe an inner monologue of what's happening, and maybe she's jealous of Bakugo. That'd be sweet if she was jealous of Bakugo. That'd be awesome. I'd love that. But we don't know. Either way, that's gonna go for my video. Just stick around. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about some stuff after. But like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more My Hero content. We got some stuff coming up. And yeah, thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. All right, now the reason I haven't uploaded in a while is one, I was out of town, and then I came back, and that week was so busy, guys. It was so busy. I know I said I was going to upload on my Bleach video. I just got smacked with stuff that week, like almost every day. I was so tired. This week, I was going to do it the normal day, My Hero Mondays, but unfortunately, some personal stuff happened, and I just wasn't in the mood. Nothing like super terrible, but something kind of sad. I'm not going to get into it, but it just, it was one of those things that I knew it was coming, but it was still a bummer, and I just wasn't in the mood to really record and have like high energy. But today, it worked out. So we did it. Also, I said there's something coming up, a return ? Of a series. Don't get too excited. But I'm excited to talk about it. I already have the thumbnail made up for it for the next video because let's just say something happened in a series that I need to talk about. I need to make a video about it because I'm so hyped on it. I'm loving it. And yeah. And also, hopefully, I don't think we have any more word on what's going on with Bleach. I'm hoping for more. Please more, because that was awesome. And maybe Bleach, I just do live readings. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. It's when you try to like. When you're with your friends and you make voices, it's one thing. But when you're reading and you have to listen to your recording afterwards, it gets kind of tough to want to make a voice for characters. Like, I think I'm pretty good at making different voices, but maybe I'm not, and I don't want people to roast me in the comments. But it's just one of those things. It's one of those things that, I'd be a bad actor because I care if people think too much. It's just how it is. Just how it is. Yeah, so that's going to be that, I think. So look forward to that. That should be... I want to say anywhere from Thursday to Saturday, somewhere in that timeline. If I get time during the week, I'll do it. If not, Friday night, I'll record it. I already know it's not going to be a huge video. It just needs to happen. And I have another video idea that I want to do. I just don't know quite how to accomplish it yet. I'm in the very early prototype stages of that video. Maybe get some guests on here for it. But I'm being very vague, and that's on purpose, so... Either way, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching for real this time. And I'll catch all of you next time. Peace.